Yes, thank you for the introduction as well, Per. And as you say, I'm working, of course, at Innovatum Science Park in Trolleton, and my role being more within innovation and project management and business development. And just to kind of start off with what we are as a science park in the context of this region. We are actually one of 5 science parks in Västra Götalands region, and all of these science parks are, of course, working together as part of the region's innovation support ecosystem. We're located just north of Gothenburg and Trolleton, but as you can see, there are other science parks spread throughout the entire region. And yeah, for the last 25 years, the science park has been working, as you described as well, Per, to help companies, researchers, and society, and work in collaboration. So it's quite fun to be, I can't just call myself an innovation leader, I should be a collaboration leader. And yes, we've had a focus within industrial technology due to the history actually of our city of Trolleton, where we have a lot of manufacturing, and we do even today have a lot of small, middle-sized companies in manufacturing. But we also are a science park that is closest to the coastal region, where all of the blue bioeconomy is starting to burst and bubble. So we are the science park that has the, if you want to say, the task of also seeing over the collaboration opportunities along geographic areas on the northern and coast areas close to up towards Strömstad. And we function as a neutral arena for co-development. So we are not any kind of private organization. We are a public financed organization, as I said, from the region. And our duty is really to try and be that neutral actor that is actually missing sometimes, who businesses have a hard time to meet each other sometimes in neutral arenas. And so this being a science park for this area allows us to offer that to companies in the region. And in our region, our focus, of course, I mean, society across our region, we are all in a transition right now, moving towards a more sustainable future. And this, of course, is bringing many different sustainability challenges where we see, and many see, that collaboration and innovation are actually necessary to provide solutions. So at Innovatum, our focus of attention is on challenge areas, specifically within sustainable industry, and that's more manufacturing, renewable energy, not only just renewable technologies, but also getting energy systems organized on the local levels with communities and municipalities, and of course the blue bioeconomy. And in fact, most of these, there's quite a synergy between these 3 areas. So if you think about offshore wind, well, that also has potential crossovers with the blue bioeconomy and what's happening in the ocean space. So our organization, we work together in 3 teams, but we have a lot of crossover. And it's really our job to understand the needs of business and society and be the catalyst for collaboration and innovation that can support regional development. And as you mentioned, Per, we have a toolkit. We're working, of course, in development projects where we're being that neutral partner with companies, researchers, municipalities. We are fostering networks. Some networks we are running ourselves, others we're just part of. We're partnering with test and demonstration sites. And we, of course, providing a startup space and incubation program so that we can engage stakeholders in development. So if I give an example, I mean, sometimes we're supporting SME companies in maybe adopting a new manufacturing method using automation and digitalization, or maybe we're supporting the development of an effective renewable energy solution to be rolled out into a municipality. But for my work and within the blue bioeconomy, of course, an example would be helping the seafood companies in our region to perhaps reach 100% utilization of all of the biomass taken from the ocean. So for us at Innovatum in the Science Park, we've taken on the blue bioeconomy from 2 perspectives. One is seafood, the other marine biotechnology. And of course, working with these areas, we have an opportunity to really contribute to the Sustainable Development Goals as well, which always are running through all of our projects and our work. So geographically, we're in a region, Västra Götalands region, with the entire Bohus coastline going up from to Gothenburg all the way up to Strömstad. And we're fortunate to have a real biodiversity of bioresources. And of course, an incredible group of pioneering startups and SME companies who are actually working hard to bring more and diverse seafood products to the market. And according to a study we did in 2021, there are in fact 550 companies located just in our region within the seafood value chain. And that, if you look at a national context, actually represents more than 1/3 of all the companies, all the jobs, all the revenues from this sector. And it's coming just from our region. So we have a real valuable position, if you want to say, in the national blue bioeconomy as well. And along our coastline, there are lots of communities involved in this emerging blue bioeconomy sector. And it's not only actually in Sweden we're seeing this, but even across the EU, all of these coastal communities are in transition to a new type of economy based on sustainable use of marine resources to create economic value, while at the same time preserving the health of marine ecosystems and trying to grow. So that we know what's actually happening throughout the EU, there are different initiatives such as Mission Ocean that are all trying to look at how can these coastal communities who have often been reliant on only fisheries and perhaps tourism, how can they actually benefit significantly from the expansion of a newer blue bioeconomy? There is a huge potential to diversify local economies, generate other employment opportunities, and really foster innovation by looking at it from a new blue perspective. For example, one of the things that is coming up a lot, even just in the fisheries, which is the more traditional of the blue bioeconomy industries, a lot of these marine resources haven't really been fully utilized. If you think about it, the filleting of a fish, well, there's the fillet, and then there's a whole bunch of other parts that in fact have value. We just need to work together with innovation, with collaborating with different partners to figure out ways to increase valorization. Another thing that's happening directly on our west coast here, of course, we have macroalgae even, and mussels and oysters being harvested, which can be processed not only into the foods, but even have potential to go into materials or cosmetics or into other types of even medications or so it's quite an exciting time, because if we can add value to these resources locally, communities can actually capture more of that economic benefit within their region. And this is what the blue bioeconomy really for us and in our work is all about. And that's actually why this project came into life. So back in 2021, we started discussions with a group of coastal regions across the EU, and all of which are interested in boosting this blue bioeconomy and trying to realize the potential of the sector. And we came together and coordinated a project applied to Horizon and received financing to do what's called coordinated support actions. So this is a way for us to work with both regional perspective, with your regional companies and stakeholders, but also even collaborate transnationally between different blue clusters. So this project started, today we are actually 12 project partners in 9 different regions. And if you can see on the map here, there are 3 different sea basins that we're also representing. And the project itself started and kicked off in 2022 and is running until 25. And our coordinating organization is Submariner Network. But it's so interesting that when we have met and we understood that we all need this support for our coastal communities, the learning journey we've had together has been so exciting. Originally if you think about the time when you write your project application and you're starting to figure out what do we want to do, well, of course, we wanted to really unlock opportunities for these European coastal communities. We wanted to showcase the different blue bioeconomy value chains and to kind of inspire also other European coastal communities. We also wanted to look at how can we get more engagement between stakeholders? What are different ways that we can get stakeholder engagement in the total development of this blue bioeconomy in the regions, but even across regions? And we wanted to also, of course, stimulate development of these startups and SMEs. There are a lot of young upcoming companies that are struggling. They're the pioneers. What can we do in this project to support them, and also develop tools perhaps that would assist them? So the project has had quite a few ambitious goals, and we have started developing some fantastic business tools, also visualizing tools for the value chains that people are working in. And of course, another aspect we wanted to focus on in the project and have been doing and continue is to support access to technologies. So the different regional actors, in order for them to really achieve those bio-based solutions, they might need different technologies they don't have today. Everything from biomass production or processing or product manufacturing. So this needs to be broadly assessed. How can we find these technologies to really help these regions achieve their potential and develop the blue bioeconomy in those regions? So one of the tools that came out, which is the focus of today, and which one of the challenges we have all recognized in any of these initiatives, is actually any emerging sector always finds the challenge of finding the right people. How do I find the right competences? How do I get in touch with the right people? How do I share my experience and knowledge and shorten the pathway to finding solutions? So we came up with a project activity, which was to develop a platform called Blue Biomatch. And we're now calling it the Blue Bioeconomy Hub in the EU. And again, it just began with an idea that we needed to boost this interaction between technology users, providers, between research and business, and it tried to increase the uptake and further development of technologies that could, in fact, stimulate blue bioeconomy development. And so after a few months into the project, this idea for a platform, and we weren't the only project. As you can see, there are 5 projects, actually parallel projects, that had the same, if you say, idea to achieve in the project, to create this capabilities of interaction. And we all decided, let's go together and create this platform. So there was consensus, and we put our financing from the projects into developing this. And now it's a fantastic tool that is going to not only provide opportunities for regional exchanges, transnational cooperations, but even to find new partnerships. So what is this platform? Well, in a nutshell, it's LinkedIn for the blue bioeconomy. It's an open community platform. It's designed to empower those blue bioeconomy actors, everyone from researching companies, public authorities, technology providers, NGOs, entrepreneurs, and others. It's providing a space online to connect with an innovation ecosystem, a place where you can showcase your work, but also find opportunities for collaboration. And it's really those collaborations that all the projects and initiatives have been in consensus that's where we're going to find those development and innovation moments, getting people to meet. And then, of course, in this platform, we've also seen this is an opportunity to profile projects, blue products, different kinds of working groups in the blue bioeconomy sector. So this platform is something that, again, just to give a brief description, there's these 5 projects that are going parallel right now in the EU that all signed up and said, we want to be part, we want to develop this together. And so this is not only if you want to say a project result, it's also something that can live onwards after the projects have ended. But just to give you a bit of an idea of what's in this platform, why should I join? Many of you coming into today's session are coming from different backgrounds. Hopefully you can see yourself as one of these users. And what we can see, of course, similar to any of these other social media platforms or other things, there are, of course, the people is the most important part. And today, this gives you an opportunity to create an account, create a profile, put your information in, but also search through. And today it's actually 390 members. This was launched just in October. So it's quite new, last year, October. So we're really excited that it is growing. But like any platform, you want to be able to get in touch with people. So this platform is built in a way to for you to create your profile and start searching through a network of blue bioeconomy actors. Maybe you're an organization, and organizations also have the opportunity to profile themselves in the Blue Biomatch platform. So you can create a profile for your organization, promoting different products or projects, opportunities, or events. All the contact information, of course, with your website, LinkedIn, or other things can also be added, and a detailed description and media of your organization's contribution to the blue bioeconomy, because this, of course, will allow you to search for other organizations or industries. So this is really a networking. The functions of this platform are really designed for maximum networking opportunities. Of course, if you're running a project and you want to both distribute some of the results, or you want to get in touch, many times these different projects have starts and finishes, and maybe you want to already through your project start to engage a community around your project so that you can find new collaborations to continue in the next phase. And so you can present activities. You can, as a project, develop this as an outreach channel. You can assign people involved and promote it in the live feed. And you can also search and discover, of course, new projects. And again, you can kind of see in the picture here, there's different filtering functions in the platform. Let's see here. Yeah, so of course, our Blue Bio Clusters project is one of those projects that is on, and you'd find myself and all of our project members there. For the companies, this is something that, of course, the platform really wanted to provide an opportunity to actually showcase what do you have as a product. If you want to reach markets outside of your own, if you're interested in collaboration around a product development, or you're looking for suppliers, this is also a platform for that. So there's actually a product showcase where you can spotlight your products. You can load them up, information, a website, in order to put it together in this catalog. We have predefined categories, of course, but these are growing as more companies are contacting. So if you're a company in food or feed, or perhaps cosmetics or biotech, or you're actually just a technology provider, you have a machine, separators, a sensor, this is something you could go in and actually showcase your product specifically for the blue bioeconomy people. There are also specialty working groups. What we discovered through all our work is that, I mean, people working in macroalgae really need to meet each other. And so how can we create the platform to find one-to-one conversations for just perhaps macroalgae, or if it's for oysters, or if it's for biotech? So we've created different working groups where users can go in to specifically discuss topics. And again, those working groups are growing. We have one for algae, there's aquaculture, there's mussels, there's biotech. The more users we get into the platform, of course, these will also perhaps change. And there's a great match forum. Of course, I can give a really great example. It's actually the one here, where there was this fellow, you can see on the, his name is Mark Decimer, and he's actually from Poland. And he is working for an insulation company where they're